later. After spending a night at Bang Thai, it's time to return to Pai again. Frankly, it's going to be a boring 2.5 hour to 3 hour backtracking to Pai. And the consolation is a short detour to this small, stunning mountain village for a lunch break. After exited the main highway, we are greeted with a series of pretty steep up and down slope. And at this point, we are quite confident with our Yaris after going through the thick and thin with it for the past 2 days. You can already see the line of parked cars along the road even before reaching the village. Ban Jabo is a small village mainly populated by the Lahu Hill tribe. Situated on the crest of a hill, over the years it had actually gained much popularity because of the amazing scenery. We had passed by a few mountains viewpoints in the past 2 days, and this is actually one of the best scenery of mountain range I have seen so far in this trip. 没有，你去那边，我从这边这个角度跟他们拍很漂亮。哇，很美的，真的，你看这边。你看那个面。There are some eateries and cafes along the village, basically catering for the visiting tourists like us. One of the most famous one is this noodle shop right at the start of the village. And it is not hard to understand why it is so popular. And surprisingly, the noodle is only 50 baht. With such a view, there's no additional tourist tax at all. And I think the noodle itself is very tasty too. If you do come here, it's a no-brainer that the noodle place is a must-try, but it is rather crowded most of the time. So after lunch, we actually went to the cafe beside. I think it's a better place to chill and relax as it's not too crowded. Ban Jabo is definitely a great place to take a break from a long drive. As mentioned, the mountain range scenery is one of the best I had seen. As we are not in a hurry, it's a nice place to slow our pace down. There are also very basic accommodation here if you are interested in catching the sunrise, which I heard is quite an incredible experience.
这被我觉得 sad 了吗？
哎呀，你看这拍得到我很 clear 的照片。哦，那还有一点点。我打电话好了，这个我电话坏了。
In the late afternoon, we reached Pai again for the second time. A different hotel this time, located at a side street along the main walking street, so it's still very convenient and quiet. After staying so close to the main walking street twice, I have to say that though it's very convenient, just a doorstep to everything. The street food, pubs, cafe and restaurants, you name it, they have it. But I realize one negative point is, if you're driving a car like me, it's going to be very inconvenient to return to your hotel in the evening, as the walking street will be crowded with people. This actually deterred me from visiting a nearby attractions even we had some time to spare before nightfall. And just like our first hotel, this too is a very nice hotel. We're actually quite impressed with both of them. Clean and cozy. Generally a nice environment. This particular hotel do not have a lift and our room is at the 3rd level. Not really an issue to us, but good to know. The important point is, I think the price to value of this hotel is fantastic. The room is clean, cozy and big. I think it's even bigger than our first hotel here. The toilet and shower area is very generous as well. With a king size bed and a super single, we paid around 110 Sing dollar and it's inclusive of breakfast. Taking into account that there are 4 of us, I think it is value for money. After a good night rest, we started our journey towards the direction of Chiang Mai, and unwillingly skipping the hotel's breakfast as it was too early. On the way out of Pai, we visited the Pai Canyon. We actually passed by here on our first day entering Pai when the sun is about to set, but decided to skip because there were way too many bikes parked at the parking area, an indication of how crowded it was. Not surprising as tourists come here for the sunset. We come here first thing in the morning, though a bit cloudy and foggy, but we knew that we make a right choice as there are almost no one around.
About 12-hour drive, but in between I think we'll do something lah. Huh?
To be honest, though I anticipated it's going to be a cliff-like area, but I have to admit that it's much scarier than I thought. We are extra cautious with our kids around.
Hey, see? No joke, you know. Don't go so low. No joke, you know. 你看海边都是No, don't play food, don't play food.
Don't go there, okay? I'm going. I'm not going alone. Oh yeah. You know it's so nice.
他说：“我照顾弟弟。”
We're going there?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we're going there.
你走好了。 安检车，他会死逼，还是啊？
会只是要小心安全。
对，给妈妈他们走先。No，不要走先，不要走先。我是怕小孩子。
我是怕小孩子。
我看他们 create 这么多
很臭啊。
垃圾，我觉得你就是比较高温。
要吗？那我来拍照。
And this is the furthest we are willing to go with the kids.
I literally think that they don't have fun.
你现在看上去你不怕？我们在走这样小
我
个，
也是要考虑的。我帮你去啊。
给他 take a selfie。
摆宁呢？
走咯。
This is really just a mini canyon, but I think it's totally worth our time. A nice cliffside experience. We probably spend about half an hour here to enjoy the scenery. And you'll definitely not miss this place if you are visiting Pai from Chiang Mai, or vice versa. Personally, I think the best time to visit is early in the morning to avoid crashing with the crowd.
这么不讲，你不要手，你的。
Sorry, going all the way.
那你就到了地方。刚才你一塞，整个红色红笔，过来这边。
你的屁股是红的。
那边有一个 crossing，有个 bridge，看到没有？啊 ，go to the bridge。没有，这边。